Hello everyone, Carlos Flores, back on basics. So, before we begin this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Back on Basics 9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new videos that come on board. If you have a topic, if you have feedback, if you have a question, if you have a comment, put it in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to give you my take on it, make a video on it, or answer your question. So today we're going to talk about mind-body balance. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I mean, this is something that we are building muscle memory, right? We are building physical memory because, again, mind-body balance means that we're working both our mind and our bodies. And the thing is that we have to make sure that we do balance our minds and our bodies. Remember, we've talked about not being in our heads, getting out of our heads, so that way we can process outwardly, and at the same time we can use our support system so that way we can move forward. We've also talked about doing physical activities, and I'm not saying like rock climbing or whatever, unless you would like to do that. But doing activities to keep you busy, to keep you moving, to actually get your body motivated, and then again, right? Remember what cognitive psychology says: if you do it, then you'll think it, and if you think it, you'll do it. And why am I saying this over and over and over again? Because again, I've done it. Other people have done it. Research has shown that, cognitive psychology and having a mind and body balance helps you move forward, helps you have a different perspective on life, helps you look at things from a more either neutral or positive point of view, right? A lot of the times for us, we tend to be very negative as human beings. Remember, automaticity. Automatically, we go to the negative. But because we process, because we use our life experiences, because we use our perceptions, the way that we think, the way that we process, the way that we communicate everything, we utilize that to move away from the negative into the positive or the neutral. And again, right, what does it create? The triple threat: mind, body, and emotional balance. And by doing activities that you enjoy doing, or doing activities with others, or just doing activities that of those balances that you're trying to do will help you get balance, will help you get motivated. Sometimes we tend to hold back because we don't want to give our 100%. Why? Because we're afraid of defeat, afraid of messing up. We're afraid of losing. Believe me, I've been there. Why do I say it? Because I've been there. And I'm telling you, do not. Sometimes you just have to just give it all the way. And what I'm saying is you have to be very proactive so that way you can do an activity that, it sharpens your mind, right? It makes your body balance, and it makes your emotional responses a lot more balanced. And it's important. So some of the activities, and we talked about some of these activities that you do. For me personally, I love to play games. I love to listen to music. That's without a doubt. That's my go-to. Yesterday, I was doing an assignment that took me a few hours for one of my classes in my credential program. You know what? Every single hour or minute that I spent doing that, I had my favorite instrumental music on, because, it's one of those things. Music can change your moods from an up to a down to an up to a down. And you know what? Sometimes we need to realize that as human beings, we can change our emotions, the way that we think, what we believe, what we accept. what we need to do to move forward quickly. It changes. That's the reason why we're human beings, because we can think about something in a positive manner, and then yet a minute or two later we are not moving forward, because then you think, oh, this must be because of this. What ifs? Remember, I talked about what ifs. What ifs are things that can hold you back. What if I did this instead? What if I went for these goals? I mean, I have a lot of what ifs, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect, but I'm human, like you are. And we may be going in similar journeys, but we still have differences that makes us unique individuals, right? Remember I said that I was going to grow out my hair, and eventually it was getting a little bit, it was filling up. I changed my mind, because it's I don't know, it's just the feeling of being able to control the things that I can control. It's like when you're going through maybe a traumatic event or a not so positive event, a negative event. And so what we try to do as human beings is we try to control what we can control, so that way we can still move forward. A lot of the times it works, a lot of the times it doesn't work. And so again, on your perspective, it's based on the way you see things. It's based on the activities that you do to have that mind, body, emotional balance. Triple threat. And remember, for the longest time, I only said mind, body, balance. I didn't want to flood you with so much information, but there is a lot to think about, right? So you need to assess yourself. In the morning, you need to do a body scan. That's what it's called. Psychology calls it a body scan. Okay, how's my head? Is it not in the present moment? Is it here or there? Is it worried about? And what's happening with my body? Is it anxious? Is it okay? Am I in control? Do I need to talk to my support system so that way I can see it from a different perspective? And then again, how is my emotional state of being? Am I neutral? Am I balanced? Am I able to think clearly and critically and be able to accept recommendations from others around me, especially my support system? So again, it's important that we realize and we know what our favorite activities are, the go-to activities are, because once you start doing those, then you'll be open to doing other activities. And again, I'm speaking to you from experience. I'm an introvert, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an introvert that keeps to himself whenever I need to or I want to. But at the same time, I'm an introvert that's making these videos so that way I can help you in any way that I can. Remember, once this YouTube channel gets to the subscription option, all these videos are still going to be free. All the videos are going to be here, are going to be available to everybody, because remember what I said, and I'm a broken record. Every single topic is important to somebody at some point, right? It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may be down the line, or it could be today for somebody, or it could have been yesterday, and now we're trying to just bring it all together, picking up the pieces and moving forward in a different way, in a different, right, perspective, in a different emotional balance, right? And so again, doing the activities, both physical and mental activities, will help you have mind, body, emotional balance. Sometimes people ask me, say, Carlos, what about when people try to bring you down? And I say, there's many people that are going to try to bring you down. honestly. But if you're practicing and doing activities that you want, that you love, and you're balancing your mind, your body, and your emotions, right? It's kind of like a shield, right? If I can explain it that way, it's kind of like a shield. And any negative comments or anything will just bounce off. It will bounce off. And so again, the importance of doing both physical and mental activities will help you with the mind, the body, and the emotional balance. So let's wrap it up because I don't want to take too much of your time. But remember, you can put comments or feedback or questions on in the comment section. But the essential thing is do the mental and physical activities that can help you balance your mind, your body, and your emotions. Till next time, back on basic.